Yes, good evening to everybody. Welcome to the class of this IIB 16th cohort, which is going to be conducted on the 24th October 2021. And in the today class that I will deal how the scheme would be there, what are the modules or subjects or papers we are going to study, and the model of the how many marks are divided over there. This will be studied over in this today's class. Okay, now you tell me that what I posted on the screen. Can you read?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please read.
As the nation remembers Gandhi on his birth anniversary, take a look at some of his teachings.
Very good.
We did.
So, yes, these are the teachings, quotations which I put it over there. So, this gives the sense to me that you are with me and I am with you, and both we are traveling in the same boat to reach to the destination. Okay, one time that I posted this thing, can you tell me who is he? Yes?
No, sir, I don't remember the artist.
Okay. Okay, now can you tell me who is this?
Charles Darwin.
Pardon?
Charles Darwin.
Yes. It is who said it is not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent, but the one most responsive to change. So, change, according to the change, you have to change, and that is the greatest thing if a man is having over there. Like the water will change its shape, where it goes to the container. The container shape is the water shape that will come over there. So that's what I want to say to you. And yes, people, I told you all them, this one after another joining over there, it doesn't matter. But when I ask you, then you can unmute and give me the answer. But when you are not giving the answer, you can mute it unless until there is no noise in your background, then you can keep it unmute also. But where there is a sound at the background, you are not supposed to keep mute. You have to mute it. Okay. Now let us come to our point. This is the AIBE. Can you tell me what is AIBE? Anyone?
All India Bar Examination.
Very good. I appreciate. I appreciate. Yes, one after
Sir,
another.
good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening. Welcome. Welcome to the class. This is the cohort. COHORT. Cohort means batch. This is the African terminology. What is the misspelling? C O H O R T, cohort. So that is nothing but a batch. This is the 16th batch with the 2021 because actually this examination is on 31st October 2021, but is preponed to 24th October 2021 because there are the 19 modules are there, subjects are there, but if you break it, there are 24 subjects are there. Yes, I will see it. So this is the 16th cohort which is going to be conducted on the October 21 and 2021, and the syllabus is like this. Let me see the breakup of the syllabus, how the breakup would be there for this syllabus. Can you tell me what is the LLB full form? Anyone? If you don't know
Bachelors
it,
of
you can
Law.
say pass on. Yes,
No,
repeat.
sir.
Don't say no, say pass on. So
Pass
LLB
on.
full form is legum, 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 baccalaureus, BACC, LAUREUS. That is the legal. Sir, if you say in that way that we could not follow it, sir, why don't you type it and show it to you? Yes, that is the best way. I can type it and I will show you that that is sorry, LEGUM, legum, bacalar is a BACC, baca, LAUREUS. So now I will magnify it so that you could see it what I wrote on the yes. Is it visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Can you read the spelling?
LEGUMBACCALAUREUS.
Yes, but the Professor Hussain students will not read. Just now you read because you read LEGUM and you wrote and you read BACC. No, you are not supposed to say CC. BACCALAUREUS. That is the way of reading. That is the Professor
Okay.
Hussain students will read in that fashion. That is the difference between my students and the other students. Yes. Coming to the breakup is concerned, AIB 16th, the cohort 2021 syllabus goes in this manner. So daily from the fourth onwards, I will deal alphabetical order. See, the same order that I will deal. On the fourth, I will deal the administrative law. In administrative law, you know the questions, how they are asked. You maybe wonder, because you think that, sir, can we buy the, what I say, barracks, and can it will be allowed over there? The question I will say, no, N-O-W, no. That capital N, capital O, bold. So now the administrative law, there are only three questions. Three questions in the administrative law. But three questions mean 3 marks. Each question carry 1 mark. So now administrative law only three questions, and the first day that I will deal, 4th October, then the alternative dispute resolution, including the Arbitration Act, and this is, see here, arbitration dispute resolution is one course actually, and the Arbitration Act is another course. But he merged over there. That's why we can say only the two here, but actually it is become three. So that is the marks are 4. Marks are 4. In the 4, what they do, 2 from the alternative dispute redressal and 2 from the Arbitration Act. 4 in that way. Then the Code of Civil Procedure, 10 marks are there. See, 10 marks question in the Civil Procedure Code, because it is a practical course. Yeah, you are speaking. When you are speaking, I could hear your voice. When you speak, I could hear your voice. Please, when you mute it when you are speaking in the house. Okay. Now let us come to the point. Code of Civil Procedure is consisting of 10 marks. This is the procedure code, which is very much beneficial in the practical point of view. That's the, please mute it, please mute it. Please, you are, I'm unmuting, or you are again. See, when you want to speak, please you mute and you speak. It doesn't matter. But when you want to give the reply to me, you, Singam, Janardhan, see, you are opening it, and because your voice I could hear you. So when you want to speak, at that time you can unmute it, then you can speak. Otherwise, you can mute it. Okay, because I could see on the screen who muted and who is unmuted. That's why I know it. Okay, come to the, again, our point is concerned that it is a practical exam, that is the Code of Civil Procedure subject. That's why the marks are 10, because 10 questions will be asked over there, 10 marks will be given over there. Then company law. In the company law, only 2 marks are there. Okay, where you say the only Company Act, that there is the latest Company Act we will read, not the old one. What is the latest the Company Act? Anyone? Sir, we don't know, sir. Okay, no matter. You will come
Sir,
to know.
2019 Company Act.
Are you sure? Then you tell me what is the old act. Anyway, let us come to the point, because let me see also. The constitutional law, 10 marks. Because what is another name for the constitutional law? Anyone? If you don't know, you say pass on. Grand Nam. Ground, Grand, space NORM, Nam, Gun Nam, you can say. That is the constitution, which is the hub of the all laws. Hub, HUB, hub. I believe that you know it, hub. Okay, now comes to the point of the 10 marks would be there for the constitutional law. Then the criminal procedure code, how it would be there. It is also practical examination. Because in the practical point of view, the criminal procedure code is there, 10 marks it will be awarded over there. Now you tell me, because some people are going to the court, what are the 3 major acts, criminal acts? Criminal major acts.
NI Act, sir.
You the full form.
Negotiable Instrument Act.
I'm sorry. There are 3 major acts. Generally, a person should have to keep in their pocket, or in the desk, or in the laptop. Number 1, Indian Penal Code.
Indian Penal Code,
Year,
Code of Criminal Procedure, and
year,
Indian
year.
Evidence Act.
Indian Penal Code, year.
Year, okay, sir. Indian Penal Code 1860, Code of Criminal Procedure 1973, and Indian Evidence Act 1872.
I think that you 1973. Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Very good, very good. So these are the major acts would be there, and the criminal procedure code here, the latest code would be there, and that will be read. Then the 10 marks would be given over there. Then the cyber law. Did you study the cyber law?
Yes, sir.
In which course that you study cyber law? Did you study in the LLB?
Yes,
No,
sir.
sir. Cyber law.
Is
Information technology.
yes.
Information Technology Act, sir.
Cyber law means Information Technology Act. Is it?
Comes under.
It comes under information technology.
Comes on.
It is one of the component over there,
Okay.
but yes, it is one of the component. It is. Okay. Now let us come to the point here. And yes, cyber laws would be there, even though you did not study over there. But I will give the direct the multiple choice question where you could have the knowledge of it. The 2 marks would be given. But generally, the cyber law should be introduced in the LLB curriculum. But when you see the curriculum of the, especially in the AP or in the Telangana, I did not find happy by the curriculum which they framed it, because it is one of the growing course, cyber law. Yes, that's why that it should be becoming a core course, what I want to say. Of course, environmental law, 2 marks would be there. Yes, environmental law is there because it's the regular course that we study in the first year, the first semester, fifth paper, that is. Then comes to the Evidence Act. The Evidence Act, it is 8 marks are there. Then the Evidence Act, whether this Evidence Act is a procedure law or substantial law. If you know it, you tell me. If not, you say pass on.
Pass on.
Okay. Evidence is, it consists of the two things. One is some extent is the procedural law, some extent it is a substantial law. So that's why we say adjunctive law. Spelling is ADJUNCTIVE space LAW, adjunctive law. That's why we say the Evidence Act. Then the family law. Sir, what means by family law? Anyone? If you know it, you can tell me. If you don't know it, say pass on.
Sir, family law is mostly based upon divorce, child support, child custody, and adoptions, right?
Family law is nothing but it is a combination of both Hindu law and Muslim law. Means Hindu law 4 marks
Okay.
and Muslim law 4 marks. Is it clear?
Sorry, sir.
Hindu law 4 marks, Muslim law 4 marks. Family law consisting of 2, total 8 marks. Any doubt?
No, sir.
In the Muslim law, again you will see the Christian law also.
Okay.
It's a part of it. So they divide in this way also. Sometimes one question from the Christian law, two questions from the Muslim law. There's a 3 plus 1. Okay, 2 or 1 doesn't matter, but total become 4. Then Hindu law 4. That anyway they will divide it in that way, so that there would be a justification would be there in the family law. That is the 8 marks would be given, and 4 plus 4 in the other 4, either the criminal, that is the civil law also comes. Even the Special Marriage Act also comes over there. Where comes Special Marriage Act? Hindu law comes or Muslim law comes?
Hindu law, sir.
Are you sure? You study the Special Marriage Act in the Muslim law.
Muslim law, sir.
Yeah. Can you tell me who is the Hollywood celebrity or a hero or a heroine, and where they conducted the under the Special Marriage Act? Marriage.
Pass on.
Okay. Saif Ali Khan, who is the second wife?
Okay.
Yes. Kapoor. What Kapoor? Kiran Kapoor.
Saif Ali Khan, second wife.
Kareena Kapoor.
Kareena
Kapoor.
Kapoor.
Kareena Kapoor.
Yes, her marriage is said to be the Special Marriage Act. They made it, but not the Saira Banu versus Dilip Kumar, nor Dharmendra versus Hema Malini. Are you following me? Yes,
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 sir.
sir.
yes. Coming to the Indian Penal Code, 1860 is concerned. It is the 8 marks for the Indian Penal Code. Do you say that Indian Penal Code is a substantial law or procedural law? Yes. I told you already. Don't waste the time. If you know it, you tell me. If you
Pass.
don't know it, you say pass on.
Pass on, sir.
Yes.
Pass
Now
on.
let us come to the Indian Penal Code. You make the one thing very much correct in your mind. a law which consisting of the rights and duties and punishments. That is the substantial law.
Okay.
And Indian Penal Code is a substantial law because 300 says, what 300 says? Penal Code.
Indian Penal Code 300, sir.
Murder.
Sir,
And punishment?
intention of killing.
Okay.
Killing.
302? Punishment.
Punishment.
Is it clear?
Sir, punishment for murder.
Yes. So
302.
it will show what is the right and duties and the punishment. Generally, it will set as a substantial law. Okay, comes to the intellectual property laws. It is a mark is only 2. It is also emerging things. So it is also one of the part in our curriculum, intellectual property law. Now you tell me that in the intellectual property law, what do you study? Mobile
Sir,
property, mobile property.
it's the law is to protect and enforce rights of the creators and owners of any other work
Is it
known as
tangible or
intellectual property.
intangible?
Sorry, sir. Cannot.
Is it tangible or intangible?
Intangible, I guess, sir. Intangible assets mostly.
Yes, it is an intangible assets because you could not touch it, you could not see it, but you can feel it like the rights, that the copyright is there, trademarks are there. They are intangible.
Okay.
So such a intellectual property, whatever would be that you study it is the 2 marks. Then the labor and industrial laws. Sir, in the labor and industrial law, it is the ocean, no, sir. Yes. Only 2, generally the 2 acts that we will study majorly. What are they? It is there in the curriculum. Of course, don't worry because it's the explanation also given over here. Then what we are going to study in the labor and industrial laws. One is the Industrial Dispute Act, another is the Trade Union Act. These are the 2 acts generally we will mostly concentrate on it. And it is the 4 marks is awarded, given, allotted for this labor and industrial laws. Yes. Then Land Acquisition Act. Yes. It's the only the act. Of course, it goes with the sum of case. They also mention if a case law will be given over there, whether it deals with the land acquisition, whether it deals with the any other part, then a succession, or it will deals with the partition, and how it will, even such a thing also that will be asked. Suppose if you happen to see the old question papers, you have a rough idea. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that in the same line it should be given over there. I will show you that how questions may be asked. One of the model I can show you later part. If the time is left over there, because now the 7:04 time is, because our time is 7:30. That means we are 19 minutes that we spent roughly now. Now let us come to the law of contract. Yes, sir. In law of contract, there is a one subject or one module. Special Relic Act is another module, and the law of property, there is a third module. Negotiable instrument, that is the 4th module. That is combined together, they put it over there. That is the reason I say, though it looks 19 subjects, but it is roughly 24 to 25 subjects. Here we will say subject. In other countries, if you say subject, what is subject? Say courses. What do you say? Courses. Law of contract course, specifically fact course, property law of property course, negotiable institute also course. So 1, 2, 3, 4 means each 2 marks. Law of contract 2 marks, specifically fact 2 marks, law of property 2 marks, negotiable institute 2 marks. Then total it becomes to cumulative 8 marks will be given. Means 8 multiple choice questions are asked over there. Yes, this is the thing. In the negotiable instrument, just I want to ask you that what are the things comes under the negotiable instruments? Anyone?
Check bonds.
Okay, that is one. Then 138 is the famous section.
138.
In the famous section in the Negotiable Instrument Act, where one should have to not forget it, and even promissory notes, even DDs also comes over there. Traveler checks. Of course, now
Yes.
more,
Yeah.
because why traveler checks are not in use now? Anyone? Why the traveler checks are not in the use now? Because tell me. Sorry, ATM
Travel, regarding abroad, sir. Traveler check.
cards are there, no sir. That's why it is not in use. Earlier, there is no ATM card. That's why the people has to buy the traveler check and they will want to cash it in the other country. But the ATM is there. Whatever the amount, wherever the country you go, wherever the country that you go, that currency will come out from the ATM. Are you following me? Of course, they will charge it also in the service charges, including it goes with the commission. That is the exchange rate. Okay, this 4 into 2, 8 marks would be there for this module or subject or course. Yes. Then next come to the law of tort. This is one course. Motor Vehicle Act, another course. Consumer Protection Act, there is another course. I mean, 3 courses are merged over there here. That means we are going to study at least 27 courses under the IAIBE, because the nature of question they can ask anywhere, from any way also. So that is the reason we have to read in the broad spectrum. We have to kill them with the 360-degree angle. That is very much important. So law of tort is there, Motor Vehicle Act is there, Consumer Protection Act is there. What is the section which says compulsory insurance? Anyone? Under the Motor Vehicle Act, third party insurance. If you know it, you tell me. If not, you say pass on.
No, sir. Pass.
146, if you happen to see, it is roughly 145 to 149, something like that. It is totally dealing about the third party insurance. And in third party insurance, who is going to get the compensation? Yes.
Sir,
Insured
can you
person.
repeat it again?
Only one person should say.
Can you repeat it again?
Repeat again, we should not say. Repeat itself again, or say again, or repeat. Okay, come to the point is, I asked it. In third party insurance, who is going to get the compensation?
Pass, sir.
Who climbed?
The injured will get the in third party insurance, not the owner of the vehicle,
Other.
nor the
Yes,
rider,
injured.
nor the driver, nor the vehicle injured. I mean, got damaged. Okay, now you tell me, if you are, I believe that you have the motorbike as well as the four-wheeler also. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Okay. Now, a person who rides the motorbike is called rider.
Rider.
A person who sits behind the rider is called
Pass.
Passenger.
I appreciate at least you give the answer, even though it is wrong, doesn't matter. Pillion rider.
Pillion rider.
Pillion, pillion rider. Now in Hyderabad,
Pillion.
a rider should have to wear the helmet, and a pillion rider also wear the helmet.
Helmet.
If you don't, if the pillion rider will not wear the helmet, then 100 rupees is penalty. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now the question comes over there. Next, okay. Next point is, yes, motor vehicle is there. The Consumer Protection Act. What is the Consumer Protection? Which act we have to study? Now you tell me.
2019, sir.
Who said? Is it given in the paper?
No, sir. Latest Bear Act.
So when it is
19
introduced,
1986.
I see that is the old act.
Old Act. New Act is 2019, sir. Bear Act.
2019 Act came into force on the July 20th, 2020. So when you take the admission in the 2020, when you are finished, it means 2021, 21, 22. In the 22 examination, Consumer Protection Act of 19, sorry, that is 2019 will be asked. But now for you, 1986. Is it clear?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, is the 1986 only will be asked to you in the Consumer Protection Act. Then the question comes for a simple question that I would like to ask. Suppose if you purchased the goods in Hyderabad and you used them in Kottagudem or Khammam or Bhadrachalam, then it became a defective good. Can you file a case in the Bhadrachalam or Kottagudem or Khammam, or you have to file a case only in Hyderabad?
Only in Hyderabad.
As per the old act is concerned, it is only in Hyderabad where the transaction you have to file it. But as per the
Yes.
2019 act is concerned, either you can file it the place where the transaction took place, number one. Number two, you can file in a place where you are residing, or you can file a place where you are working. This is called forum convenience. ఏమంటారండి దీన్ని?
Forum.
Somebody is speaking. I could hear voice.
Forum, sir. Consumer forum, I think.
Forum convenience అంటారు దాన్ని. Is it visible?
Forum convenience.
Yes, it is visible. So it is called forum convenience because convenience of the forum it will be given for the party plaintiff. So that is about the Consumer Protection Act 1986. We will study it, and 5 marks. I think 2 from the law of tort or 3 from the law of tort, motor vehicle 1 and Consumer Protection 1. Total becomes 5 marks. Okay. Now the law related to taxation. Yes, in the tax law, 4 marks are there. Then what is the limit now? Tax exemption limit? Anyone? Is it 1.5 lakh? 2 lakhs? Of course.
I think 2.5, sir. 2 lakhs 50,000.
Because each year the finance it will change it.
Change some senior citizen like women's different categories.
Some exemption is given.
For women's different, sir.
Yes,
Women's
yes,
and
yes.
seniors.
Yeah. The exemption is given for them. So there the law of taxation is there. Now the question comes over there. Which act every year it will be commenced? Can you tell me which act it is? Yes. It is very much connected to the taxation. Finance Act.
Okay.
Every year. Because his death
Every
is
year.
only 1 year. After it, he will die. Again, the new act will come over there. Okay, come to the next point is professional ethics and cases of the professional misconduct and Bar Council of India rules. Now, you have studied recently 7 lamps of the land. What is 7 lamps? Tell me.
Courage.
7 lamps of ethics law. 7 lamps. Sir, we study very long back, sir. There is the honesty is there is a dareness is there will be a loyalty.
Courage.
There. See, there are total 7 are there. So the professional ethics is there and cases.
Honesty, courage, wit,
Yeah.
industry.
Yes, total 7 are there. So and the professional misconduct. See, professional misconduct also is one of it because that fellow will be collude with the another advocate and they will try to squeeze the money from both the sides and they will come to the compromise. So, of course, if the both party agrees to that one, then you can do so. So, professional misconduct and the Bar Council of India rules. What the Bar Council of India rules says, and especially the legal education rule says, if one lecturer would be there, then 20 students. For the 20 student, one lecturer should be, that is the ratio. Then if you think it, whether it would be there in all the colleges, I am not speaking one college, I am speaking with all the colleges. Of course, that is only a theory, the practical is different. Okay, let us come to the point of the public interest litigation. That is the pill.
Bill.
Under which article we can file a case under the pill? With the pill, under which article we can file it?
354.
Can you file a pill in the district court?
No, sir. High Court only.
And which article? writs article.
Writs.
What is article 226 to the High Court and 32 article for the Supreme Court.
Supreme Court.
Then what are the 5 writs? Anyone? If you don't know it, say pass on. Immediately I will give the answer.
Pass.
Yes.
Sir,
Yes, please tell me.
writ of habeas corpus, writ of mandamus,
Hmm?
writ of certiorari, writ of prohibition, and writ of quo warranto.
Yes. Not only you have to remember 5, but you have to also remember what they function and what their nature, what their concept also. I will give you one
Okay,
case
sir.
law. Then you tell me which writ will be used over there. This is the law of Tat case law. Bhim Singh versus Jammu and Kashmir, state of Jammu and Kashmir.
And
Which writ can be used in that case law? See, I am giving one example how the questions will be asked. Sir, do they ask in that way? Answer is yes. Habeas corpus writ is filed over there by the Bhim Singh. Another also they made the under offense. That is the false imprisonment. So number 1, false imprisonment. Number 2, unlawfully he detained over there. Then let him be prejudiced in the court. But after 4 days, that fellow was released. So what type of the damages awarded in that case law? This is another way of asking the question. Yes. How many damages
Pass.
do you know it? Say pass on if you don't know.
Pass.
Nominal damages,
special damage.
special damages, exemplary damages, general damages, anticipatory damages. So exemplary damages are awarded over there in that case now, so that the police will not use the power to detain a person without any legal justification. So public interest litigation also, in the another name for the public interest litigation is, in other countries they don't say pill, they say some other. Can you name them? Say pass on.
Pass.
Class representative suit. Class
Hello?
representative suit. So with this total become 100 marks paper. Means, so here they have given you the description about the administrative law. What are the type of it will be asked over there. It will be clearly given over in nutshell manner. Then alternative dispute and redressal, including the arbitration, are also given the narration what the things should be there. For instance, you take the Code of Civil Procedure. The 2-part code contains 158 sections. In the first part and the first schedule, in the second part, the Code of Civil Procedure governs the civil proceedings of India. So these are the things we have to keep in our mind. So in the same manner, company law, constitutional law, criminal procedure code, cyber law. In cyber law, subject is gaining popularity as the world moves towards digitalization, deals with crimes related to the internet and cyberspaces. That's why cyber laws are very much used. Yes, what are the, can you tell me 2 cyber offenses? Any 2?
Misuse of transactions.
Repeat. You know that even hacking,
Hacking.
Email and internet fraud.
internet hacking is there, squatting is there, stalking is there, bullying is there, isn't
Cyber
there?
extortion, ransom
Cyber
attacks.
extortion, these are all comes under the cyber laws. So when come to the environmental law, it is about the how environmental pollution will be there and how it can be covered over there. So these are the things. What is the flora and fauna and the international conventions regarding this one, and what is the famous convention? Rio de Janeiro. What is that? Can you tell me? Repeat. Rio Janeiro. Rio Janeiro.
Rio de Janeiro.
Religion.
Yeah, there is a
Rio de
famous.
Janeiro. It's a capital for Argentina or Brazil.
Okay, okay. In that, India also went over there for the environmental, the conference was held over there. Okay. Now let us come to the Evidence Act. That the Indian Evidence Act of 1872. We'll read it. Some of the provisions which are very much famous, including the case laws. Also, we can see it. Then the family law deals with the dispute between the family members or relations. That means it deals about the Muslim law, it deals about the Hindu law, it deals about the Christian law, it deals with the special law also. Because if you happen to see the question paper, you will find the questions coming from the Christian law and coming from the Special Marriage Act. Suppose if I ask you, what is the Special Marriage Act year? Sir, we don't know, sir. It is the 1956. In the Hindu Marriage Act, sir, do they ask the
51.
55?
55, sir.
Yeah, they ask in that way also. So sometimes they may ask you also Hindu Marriage Act 1955. In the 1955, what is the act number? There is a possibility. Sometimes they ask act number. In that year, that is which act number it was passed over there. That is asked. Okay, let us come to the Indian Penal Code. They have given intellectual property. What are the things will cover under the what is GI indications? Geographical indication. This is GI indication is geographical indication.
Geography.
Yeah. So labor and industrial law, they say about the employee and employer relationship and labor codes and recent labor reforms. And the Land Acquisition Act governs the acquisition of the private land for the commercial and public utility and the guidelines for the law to proceed the parliament and law related to taxation. They say the Indian Income Tax Act of 1961 will be thoroughly. And what is GST? Of course, I don't think that GST they will ask you because it's all India, no? They may ask you. No, they may ask you, even though you have not studied. Because GST, when it is GST is introduced, it is more than 3 years are over.
2 years, sir.
If the more than 3 years are over, means they are going to ask you definitely because
No, sir. 2
yeah,
years, sir.
3 years means they are going to ask you. So you have to study the GST. What is the full form of GST?
Good service tax.
Yes. Then the public interest litigation, there is the public interest mass interior and general laws related to the PAL. And the exam pattern is concerned. If you see the pattern, mode of examination is offline. What is meant by offline?
Written, not online.
Okay. And language option is 11 languages are there. And the type of examination is a closed book.
Open book, sir.
Closed book.
Sir, some bare acts are allowed in the center.
See, if you take the Bear Act, even searching it, it will take minimum 4 to 5 minutes where you can lose at least 3 questions. Don't take a single book. Take the
Yes.
full mind. Don't take the single book. A single Bear Act. Go with your pencil, pen, rubber, eraser, and only this thing. Even not your electronic gadgets. Don't take your anything, iPad or mobile or laptop or anything. Nothing should be allowed inside. So don't take a single book in the examination hall. So duration of the examination is 3 hours and 30 minutes. If you compare it, you are to supposed to do how many questions in how many minutes. That is very important factor. Which you know the questions, first you do that questions without wasting the time. And later on, you can go for the other questions. Otherwise, if you lose the time, then it is very difficult to make it out. And don't leave any blank. You fill it even though it is wrong. Because sometimes your luck favors you, the total things become a right. So, because there is no
Native
native
mark.
marking. Suppose if the native marking is there, I don't know how many will pass. It's very difficult. Because when I saw the question paper, Even myself also sometimes bewildered. Do they ask the question in this way also? Because I am good only in certain subjects. It doesn't mean that I am good in all subjects. Means all papers are all modules. So here there is no negative marking. Hence, you can don't leave anything. You go on writing it and go on making it, then fill it. That is a good way to make the things. Now I would give the chance to you to speak and ask anything if you want to ask. Yes. Can I show you the nature of the questions, how they frame it, which I framed last year? Even now also I framed it. What I framed last year will not be repeated. Every time when I frame it, it is a new, not the old. For instance, if you happen to have heard my earlier lecture, because already I put it here, AIBE-6 court, this is the second round. Then this is the first round. I will show you the first round, one or two questions. By the time the time is up, okay, then I will show you administrative law. I will show you. See, this is the administrative law MCQ. Here, can you read first question? Yes. Unmute and read. Participants.
As per the administrative law is the law relating to the administration. It determines to organization, powers and duties of administrative authorities.
Who said?
The Lord.
As per dash, the administrative law is the law relating to administration. It determines the organization, powers, and duties of administrative authorities. Who said? Answer is Ivor Jennings said. Who said? It is Ivor Jennings said in that way. So now another question is, administrative law is a branch of, is it a private law or public law, adjunctive law or absolute law?
Adjective. Huh?
It is a public law. It deals about the person to person, it deals about the government to person, it deals about the government to government. So it is in a public law. Now I will give the question. Administrative law is not dash law. It is a dash law which evolved over time. So now you fill the blanks. A, codified and judge made. B, a judge made and codified. C, judicial activism. And D, PIL.
Administrative law is a.
Yes, sir.
See, A is a very good answer because administrative
It is
law
not a codified law,
it is
sir.
not a codified law. It is only the
Codified
dependent
law,
on
it is a
cases.
judge-made law.
It's judgment law, that is. Because other
Yes,
is
sir.
judicial activism is only one is written. Because there the two blanks are there. So it will not be the right answer. Then another is PIL is given. So it is not also the right answer. So the best method of making it to confuse it,
Okay.
like this you have to make it out. To make you to confuse. See this. PIL, then you have to make in this way. This is the right way of making the thing.
Judicial.
See, this is the right way. See, when you go on teaching it, you know how to frame the questions also. So this is the right way of setting the question. Because these two will not come over there, the two dashes. So which will come over there? Only two will come. So you can use deductive method. So when you use the deductive method, I'm sure that you will get the answer. Of course, sometimes you will do the answer without your knowledge by using your mind. Yes. So still 5 minutes are left over there. Then I will show you how the questions are asked over there. Then principle dash was abolished and the scope of administrative law expanded by the virtue of the Crown Proceeding Act 1947, which allowed the initiating civil proceeding against the Crown as against any private person. So, what is dash? Is it king can
King can do no wrong.
And
Was abolished and scope of administrative law.
okay, rex non potestate peccare Are only A correct? Are both A and B
B
correct?
is correct, sir.
Huh? Which one is correct?
A, king can do no wrong.
See, king can do wrong is the equivalent, and rex non potest peccare is a Latin terminology, and both are
No,
the
sir.
same.
Administrative law is mostly based upon the upon this principle. The principle is king can no do wrong was a policy and scope of administrative law expanded by virtue of King Proceedings Act.
Yeah, the answer, right answer is D. Both A and B correct because both are the same.
Okay.
King can do wrong is the English, equivalent English. Is Latin
Okay, sir.
terminology is rex non potest peccare. Means in English, equivalent is king can do wrong. So the right answer is D.
England.
That is the right answer.
Mm.
So dash was the first case wherein the existence of administrative law in the United Kingdom was declared. Which case law it is? The first case law wherein the existence of administrative law is the in the United States was declared. See here given the Cyril Lasrado case law, disciplinary authority case law, Breen case law, state of Maharashtra case law. Which one is the right answer? The right answer is Breen versus amalgamated engineering. That is the right answer for the
Breed.
question.
C.
That is C is the right answer. Then in the United States of America, the existence of administrative law and its growth was ignored until it grew up, become the dash of the state. Second branch, third branch, fourth branch, fifth branch. Answer is the fourth branch of the state, then only it will come. Okay, in dash of ancient India had a centralized administrative system. Is in the Guptas and the Maurya period, the Mauryans and the Gupta period, are only A is correct or only B is correct? Answer is it is
B.
only B is correct. That is the Mauryans and Gupta's period. That is the right answer. But Aryans period it is not there. But Mughal period it is there. And Christian period also it is there. But Aryan period it is not. Okay. After the independence, India adapted it to become a dash which henceforth increased the state activities. State welfare, welfare state, only A is correct, only B is correct.
State will.
No, welfare state. So these are the type of the questions we are going to ask it in the examination. Now, then I will switch over to the point where you can ask any other thing. Yes, here I shown MCQ. This is the MCQ of this thing. And now, anyway, the time is going to up now because now 7:34. At any time, it is going to be stopped over there. So I hope your day is wonderful today and good afternoon. And what wonderfuls are you bombarded us? We don't know many things, and you asked everything, and you say mute, unmute, then give the answer. If you don't give the answer, you say pass on. See, if you don't do like that, the time will be consumed over there. So if you know it, you can give it the answer even though it is wrong. But don't be keep quiet and don't be silent and don't kill the time because time is very much precious. In the 50 minutes, I have to cover 25 questions roughly because I will prepare 30 questions in a things. Then depending upon the factor, I will start from the